Greetings, Harbingers! Welcome to 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐀𝐰𝐚𝐤𝐞𝐧𝐢𝐴𝐚𝐤𝐴𝐷𝐼𝑠 favorite channel, your realm of cyber alchemy, stoicism, and personal development. And a special and warm welcome for the recruiters and professionals in general in tech, sales, or any of those areas. Everyone is welcome. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch the series. And we are starting with The Legend of Sales, A Link to the Tech. Episode 1, The Writing on the Wall. As you can see, there's a reason I chose this scenario. You see there's a wall behind me. So it's a perfect scenario for the premiere of this series. Last week, I posted on my LinkedIn a music theme that gives the tone for this whole series. It's called The Legend of Sales, A Link to the Tech, and the name of the song is The Single Source of Truth. You got the reference, right? So, what's this all about? I have mentioned a few times in this channel, so this is gonna be an exclusive series because I am on an active crusade quest to land a tech sales job. And since this adventure has become my full-time job, I decided to start journaling it, because when you put so much dedication in a thing like that, you start to realize that other people can benefit from this experience, and it's a way that I can offer more than just a resume for those who are going to interview me for the company who eventually is going to hire me. They are really getting to know who they are doing business with. It's just this crazy idea I had. And to make it more interesting, I decided to infuse one of my passions, which is a role-playing game, RPG, as small snippets throughout the series. So it's kind of fun, engaging, and making this whole thing unique. I am so happy for be able to do this. And I'm excited, and I'm putting all of my efforts to land this job, and I'm gonna make it. There is no evidence in reality, but I believe it. So, without further ado, let's get started. I like Simon Sinek ultimate mantra, start with why. So, why? I came from a country, a place that there aren't many opportunities for people, and we are not encouraged to be the best version of ourselves. Our families, our parents, unfortunately, for many of us, didn't have opportunities as well. So they did our best to raise us the best way they could. Our education system is broke. There is no encouragement for entrepreneurship, to pursue your dreams, You kind of get used to an ordinary life that hasn't much excitement, So there's no incentive for one to pursue the best version of themselves. And for many years, I got caught in this kind of mindset. I'm not the one that outsource things like, it's because of the government, it's because of where I was born, it's because of this, because of that. No, I take responsibility for my choices, and I believe it's never too late to make a change. So the why behind all this is because I truly have found my purpose and my why. And how did that take place? Well, there are some things that I might attribute for that paradigm shift in my mind that is shaping me into a new person. Our prefrontal cortex, according to science, is not fully developed up to the age of between 25 and 30. So it's kind of reasonable that during our 20s, we are not mature enough, we're kind of unsure of what to do with our lives. So it's kind of the time of the life when you do crazy stuff and you are young and all, and people aren't aware of that. But after I reached my 30s, I'm 33 today, something inside me has awaken. I feel awake. I still don't have all the elements to explain perfectly, but I think it's a level of maturity that only comes with age and an honest seek for the truth. So in the past couple of years, I have really lived a dramatic turn of events. I used to have a life that I didn't like. I lived in a place I didn't like. My social circle was poor. I had a lifestyle in which I didn't take care of myself. I got too much isolated from the world. My life was all about working in my offices like 12, 16 hours a day. I ate bad. I didn't exercise. I was unhealthy. You know, I think if I kept up living that way, I would have like a heart attack before my 40s. At some point, this situation became kind of critic, you know. I started having with frequency like chest pain a lot, and I really thought I would like something would happen to me, and I had to make a change and break free from my comfort zone. There came a point that I really made a decision, and it wasn't easy because there are ways that you fool yourself into the comfort zone. You think that's fine because you're comfortable, but it's dangerous. It's way dangerous. So I left the place I lived. I left my social circle, and I literally moved continents and started completely a new life. Since I was blessed enough to have this opportunity, I started doing things differently. I like, okay, now I'm gonna do this different. I'm gonna take this chance and I'm gonna make it right. So it's been a year and a half now that I go to the gym almost every day. I have lost 30 pounds. I went back reading. I like reading 1 to 2 books a month. I changed my eating habits. I eat healthy now. And there's a myriad of benefits in my mind, in my body, that turned me into someone else. And today I can proudly say that I'm living the best moment of my life. Once you conquer those great habits, there is no way pretty much that you're gonna lose them and go back to live the way you used to live. So this is part of my life now. This is part of who I am. And I'm so happy that I've made this far. In this channel, I used, in some videos, I say that there are 3 pillars. The health pillar, the professional pillar, or financial, whatever you call it, and the relationship pillar. So I think for many people, there is this logical order, at least it's the way it's working for me. I took care of my health with these good habits. Now I am looking for my professional challenge. Because when you spend time with yourself, thinking and really having an honest and effortful source for the truth, you know, the single source of truth, if you will, you start to get to know yourself and what are you passionate about and how can you serve the world with the best of your capabilities, and of course be rewarded for that. I've spent several times here in the desert, in the middle of nowhere, having these big reflections about my life, and at some point I came across the writing on the wall. Of course, it's a metaphor for something that I will talk about later in this series. So there was this thing, I moved continents, I came across something that was really the spark that made me shift gears onto, okay, now I know I want to build my career on this, and I'm not gonna spare efforts to make it happen. And I found out it was tech sales. So that's it. I want a tech sales job, and I'm putting all my efforts to get it, and I'm confident I will. And the third element is this maturity that came to me these days after my 30s. So there is this thing that I attribute to this elusive writing on the wall. People call it the law of attraction, faith, whatever. But one could say, it's just pseudoscience, you know, it's superstition. And I have been skeptical about these things my whole life. The great band 𝐓𝐞 would say in one of their songs, I'm skeptical, I like my glass of wine, in which contains the truth, right? When you reach a certain level of maturity, there is this thing that is awakened inside of you. It's a true conviction that you can do and be whatever you want, even though there is no material evidence in reality that this thing will materialize whatsoever. For example, there is no material evidence that I will ever get a tech sales job, that, you know, a company, a recruiter will, okay, you're hired, let's sign the contract. There is no material evidence in reality as of the time I'm recording this video that will happen. The odds are against me, yet I am convicted that I will make it. Because you have to face the paradox. There is one thing that does not exist. You do not know that it exists or it does not exist. So it's a complete oblivion towards the very unawareness to ever think of such a thing. Yet, see how this is a paradox, it's complicated, right? The conviction that comes with maturity and experiences and events in your life that changes the way you perceive reality accomplishes in a belief that, okay, the only thing that separates me from that thing I'm chasing is the effort I'll be constantly putting with all of my will and all of my passion, even though there is no material way that thing will ever happen. The thing is, after all of that complicated explanation, you start your journey and you realize that the journey is enjoying, you know. You are 1% better each day. You're doing your activities, your homework, you are studying, and you started seeing progress. Again, even though there's no material evidence that you will ever reach your goal, you start to see progress. So it's like bending your own reality on your favor, because things are out there, the truth is out there, and all it takes is an honest effort to seek it out. This is the first video of the series. It's being too personal, it's too theoretical. I appreciate your time if you made this far, and I promise there will be technicities. I will talk about sales, I will talk about tech, I will talk about my experience further on. I believe in the first 2 to 3 episodes, I'll be touching more of this theoretical, conceptual ground, like why, you know, because I truly want you, recruiter, or you know, if you are a professional from tech sales area or whatever, I truly want you to know me, and I truly hope we can end up having a virtual coffee together, get to know each other, shake hands, and do business. Well, thank you so much for staying with me. See you in the next video. And I always end my videos, there is this inside joke in here in the 𝐓𝐡𝐞 channel that I end the videos like this. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐀𝐰𝐚𝐤𝐞